Hello, Daily Drafters. Today is Monday, December 13th, and thanks for joining me for today's Daily Draft. Let's get back into another Innistrad Crimson Vow draft here and open what might be the best rare or mythic rare in the format in Dreadfeast Demon. I've had it once, and the only deck I've had it in went 0-3. So let's see if this deck that will ideally feature Dreadfeast Demon can do any better than that. In that last deck, though, that it went 0-3 in, I didn't pick it up until pack 3, so I wasn't able to build around it. Here we're going to take basically any black card in any pack to hold on to this for dear life and try to get to the point where in the game where we can play 7 mana and then just play a Dreadfeast Demon. Seems like a pretty good plan to me. Okay, so here we have Aim for the Head and Grizzly Ritual. Odric has not been impressive. Highspawn Spider, no. Minister's very good, but that doesn't really go in the plan with Dreadfeast Demon, and this card is maybe the best card in the entire set. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take Grizzly Ritual. I know it's a 6-drop removal spell, but it should hopefully help us get here. Okay, so the only black card in this pack is Doom Dissenter, which is not where we want to be. I said I would take black cards to lean toward Dreadfeast Demon, but Doom Dissenter is not one of those cards I'm willing to take. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take the best card in the pack in Traveling Minister. Does this make me wish I might have taken a Minister last pack? Maybe. But a fine removal spell over what I think is objectively a better card to stay black for Dreadfeast Demon is more important. So let's go ahead and take the Minister here. So we have Gift of Fangs, Markov Waltzer, Flame Breather, Lantern Bearer, Wolf Strike. Some good options in this pack. I think I'm going to lean towards the black removal spell. If we take this, there's almost assuredly 0 people to our left in black because of how much we're cutting it. There's some good cards we might be passing here, but this is a fine removal spell. It's not outstanding. If this were pack 1, pick 1, I'd probably take Lantern Bearer, maybe Celebrants or Waltzer over it, but here because of Dreadfeast Demon, I'm going to go ahead and take the Gift of Fangs. Unfortunately, black is really drying up. So we could look at black-green with a dig up here to go find our Dreadfeast Demon, which is very good. Green looks to be possibly one of the most open colors here. There is an Undying Malice, but I don't think I'm willing to take that over a decent creature, maybe even like Spore Crawler or Magma Pummeler. But I think I'm going to actually try Dig Up here and see if green is wide open enough that we can just take like 19 green cards, 4 black cards with the Dreadfeast Demon. So let's take Dig Up. Another Gift of Fangs, I think. Black is looking mighty cut the one time we get the demon here, so we're going to try to hold on as much as we can. I don't think there's much we want to move off for right here, so we'll go ahead and take the second Gift of Fangs. There's a Mind Leech Ghoul, an Evolving Wilds. I'm not an enormous fan of Mind Leech Ghoul. At the end of the day, it is a 2-mana 2/2, which can just trade off early if we want it to. There's an Evolving Wilds as well, but I'm just going to go ahead and cut black one more time. There's a Phalanx. There's some good red here. Not a big fan of Retrieve. Massive Might's fine, but probably not the deck for it. Don't like Royal Recruit, but I do like Reckless Impulse. I'm going to go ahead and take that and see what comes our way, right? I don't think the Phalanx is a card that we really need to prioritize. Maybe we can go black-green if we find the 4-mana black-green uncommon that makes creatures deal damage equal to their toughness, but I think Reckless Impulse is the best card here. Aim for the Head did wheel out of that first pack, but there's also a Lantern Bearer, and this is super late for Lantern Bearer. I know we have 5 black cards plus 1 of each other color, but I think this is enough better than Aim for the Head that I'm willing to take it here. Traveling Minister wheeled, so I don't know what's going on at this table, but I'm just going to continue to take the cards that are going too late. And hopefully a lane presents itself for us. don't like any of these cards here. Guess I'll take Pyre Spawn. Doesn't really matter here. So this could end up being a little bit more difficult of a draft than we might have hoped when we saw the Dreadfeast Demon in pack 1. Pick 1. We might have hoped black was just open and we could see a couple bleed dries, you know, some good creatures. We haven't seen a Gluttonous Guest. We haven't seen a Diregraph Scavenger. We haven't seen a Blood Fountain. We've seen basically no good black cards. So we probably need to find the second color that's open and then pair it with just a couple of good black cards here, depending on what comes from our left in pack 2. Okay, so another swing and a miss on black cards. We've got Ragged Recluse as the only black card in the entire pack. If we're thinking maybe red-black, there's a Blood Hypnotist, but that's much more aggressive. And if we already have a Flame Breather and an Impulse, I'd like to lean on the side of kind of spells-based red-black. There's just an Evolving Wilds. We swung hard and got 2 strikes called on us on the same pitch in this pack. I don't even know what to go with here. Maybe just the 2-drop in a Ridgewolf? Maybe an Evolving Wilds? Not a huge fan of any. Maybe just we take Ragged Recluse. It's a 2-drop. It trades. Yeah, I did not like that pack at all. And here we go. Here's some black. So I think we'll take the Diregraph Scavenger here. Yeah, we'll take black and then see what comes as far as the rest of the colors. But I think from pack 2 we can really take as many good black cards as we see, because it's going to be cut from this way theoretically based on how little black we passed. Then in pack 3 we're really going to have to find a second color. So here's a Blood Fountain. I really, really want access to a Blood Fountain in the deck with Dreadfeast Demon. So I'm going ahead and take that now to make sure that we can secure that up immediately. We have another Minister. We have a Courier Bat. The Courier Bat goes well with the double Minister that we already have. I think I'm going to take the third Minister. This card is just very, very good. Maybe we wheel this bat or we can get another one, but this card is so good. It helps us gain enough life to get to the point where we can cast our Dreadfeast Demon as well. So no black except Point of Discussion, which I do like. Point of Discussion is fine. Another Evolving Wilds. There's another Flame Breather, which could be interesting. I don't think Waltzer's the route we're going to go. And I think Lantern Bearer looks to be the odd one out here so far. There's a Flourishing Hunter, which could help us stabilize a little bit. I'm just going to go ahead and take the black card in Point of Discussion. Yeah, with 3 Ministers, we can offset the life loss a little bit. Heron of Hope plus Traveling Minister. Here's the card I was talking about earlier, Ancient Lumberknot. But I think we're past that. Heron of Hope plus 3 Traveling Ministers is a great way to gain a ton of life. I've yet to have this combo in draft yet. But with Traveling Minister and Heron of Hope on the battlefield, if you pump this to give it lifelink after pumping here, you gain 6 life. Not to mention if we have more than 1. So I think we're looking to go black-white with a bit of a life gain synergy thing going on. Don't think we want Bride's Gown. We'll take Ceremonial Knife. Not a bad way to kind of rummage our way towards our good cards. Don't need Rescue. Don't know if I'd play a second Discussion. I might, but I'd probably play that over a second Ragged Recluse. So let's go ahead and lock in black-white and go from there. Let's take our Point of Discussion. We'll take Militia Rallier. Worst case, this can block. So at least there's that. Another Ritual, another Recluse. We don't need another Knife. I think we'll take another Ritual. Removal's good. I'd probably play another Recluse just to get another 2-drop, because we're a little lacking in 2-drops now, but go ahead and take the Ritual. Not a huge fan of any of these cards. I might just take the Blood Servitor, and I don't think I'll play it, but it is a creature. It gives us a blood token. So Take Persistent Specimen. It's not a bad mana sink in a deck like this, especially if we can pick up some sacrifice for it. We have Mind Leech Ghoul so far. So the looks like this deck is winning through, first of all, Dreadfeast Demon or Minister plus Heron. Everything else is kind of working toward one of those two plans. So what we could use in pack 3 to really shore up this deck is definitely more 2-drops. Would love any more removal spells that we can get. Bleed Dries would be great. Hero's Downfall would be great. Any of those cards. And then maybe a couple, like maybe a last pick Lumberdot. Maybe a Sigarda's Imprisonment wouldn't hurt. Things like that. Maybe a Voldaren Bloodcaster to help us out with another rare. We'll go ahead and slam the Bloodcaster here. We're passing up on Infantry and Scavenger. I'd love to play another Scavenger. Gift of Fangs not being bad either, but I think we're going to go ahead and make sure we can get a Bloodcaster. Just a very good 2-drop. 2 mana, 2/1 flying by itself is good, and whenever a creature you control dies, you get a blood token. I always forget you can transform this too, but I don't think we'll be at that point. Another Heron, or a first Fierce Retribution. I think that's what we're looking at. I think we need to shore up that first Fierce Retribution. Right now we have 11 creatures, not awful. We'll theoretically pick up a couple more. I definitely play another Heron. Would love to actually get another one, but I think we need our first Fierce Retribution in this deck. There's oh man, they're all in the same pack, of course. Minister, Imprisonment, and Scavenger. And to a lesser extent, Catapult Fodder. I don't know exactly what to go with here. And I think I'm going to lean on the side of Imprisonment. We don't have a copy of this yet. It's very good. We already have 3 Ministers. If we didn't have any, I'd probably take this. I also really like Scavenger. But we're going to go ahead and take the removal spell and just wave goodbye longingly to these 2 cards. Okay, so here's a Gift of Fangs. We do get our second Heron of Hope, though. So we're going to go ahead and slam this Heron of Hope. And then this Traveling Minister plus Heron could be a great... plus double Heron could be a great win plan for us. I do like Desperate Farmer. It kind of helps us stabilize just a little bit. Has lifelink, and then if they try to kill anything else, this will flip for us. Bloodcrazed Socialite is another potential option, but this is more of an aggressive card. I don't think we're looking to be super aggressive with the exception of Minister plus Heron or Dreadfeast Demon. So we'll take Desperate Farmer. Another Gift of Fangs, Vampire Slayer, Archghoul. How many zombies do we have? Just 2. I think we need a 2-drop, as disappointing as this one might be. We'll go ahead and take just the 2-drop to secure up the 2-drop slot a little bit. Another Farmer, Griff Rider, or Militia Rallier, all 3 drops. I think I'll take another Farmer. Again, it has a lifelink. It'll help us get later in the game, offset these pointed discussions. So we'll take the Farmer. I guess we'll take another one. Yeah, we'll just take another Farmer. Don't know if we'll play 3, but we have 3. We'll take Gift of Fangs here. Don't think this is a Heron plus Geist deck, and I don't want to play Dread Feud, so maybe we can play 3 Gift of Fangs to remove their early plays. We'll take Aim for the Head. Catapult Fodder could exist as just a 1/5 in our deck, which is not bad. We have... Wow, here are all these cards too. Maybe a Rot-Tide Gargantua? Or just another Gift of Fangs? We have 3. I'll go ahead and take my first copy of this. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures in this deck that have toughness greater than powers, so fodder may not be at its best. And I don't think we need to play a single Phalanx to enable that fodder either, though. Okay, so we were able to build the deck toward Dreadfeast Demon. Let's see if we can make a couple of cuts here that act in that way as well. So we need the Blood Fountain. Maybe if Gift of Fangs is on the cutting board. Maybe Aim for the Head. In fact, I'll just cut Aim for the Head right now. I think we need all of these 2-drops. We could probably cut 1 Desperate Farmer. Maybe the Gargantua. The Gargantua plus the Specimen is fine, but We have a lot of stuff going on in here. This Rallier is looking to be a little bit more aggressive. I don't think we need that. I don't think we need the Catapult fodder. The Ragged Recluse isn't looking particularly great either. And the Mind Leech Ghoul. So basically with this build as I have it right now at 23, if we submitted this, we're planning on winning between Traveling Minister, Heron of Hope, and that we can get to a Dreadfeast Demon. And because we're lacking a little bit in 1s and 2 drops that want to block, 3 Gift of Fangs would go a long way with that. Now, of course, if we play against vampires, I think we have a very bad matchup because we have 3 removal spells that won't do anything. But against any other deck, I think these 3 Gift of Fangs will do insane work for helping us get to where we want to be. So I think I'm going to run it back like this to start and see if anything needs to change maybe after a round or 2. Didn't end up with the wilds, so I think we can go 9-7. We're going to play 9-8. I think we're going to play 17 to make sure we can get to 7 as quick as possible. And that looks like it could be the deck there. Maybe the knife is out of place here. Yeah. I don't know how much we're going to be attacking if we don't have a Heron of Hope on the battlefield. Maybe not much. So I'm not sure the knife is going to be outstanding. Probably want one of these 2 drops if we're going to cut the knife. So a Mind Leech Ghoul or a Ragged Recluse. Maybe another Farmer, but I'm not sure about that one. Probably the Mind Leech Ghoul, because the Recluse, we're not going to have very much blood now that we cut the knife here. So, yep. Awesome. So here we are, prior to round 1. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and like this video. I'm really excited to have all y'all watch the content that I'm creating, and I've really enjoyed this process so far, and I hope you have too. If you're here for the first time, go ahead and subscribe. If you're not here for the first time, then welcome back. And I'm really excited to have all of y'all join me for what I hope will be a successful content creation journey for myself going forward. So let's go ahead and use that luck to get on into round 1. Okay, so here we are in round 1. We've got 2, 3, 4, which is fine, and our demon in hand. So, seems all right. Drew that a little bit out of turn, but should be okay. We will decline to exploit. Alright, let's get in a bluff attack here. That's alright, and we'll play Desperate Farmer. And next turn we have a Heron of Hope. And then we'll see where we go from there. Okay. Don't really have any attacks, so we'll just play the Heron. It's a bit awkward because we have 5, but we need to draw a swamp to be able to play this, and drawing another land at this point in the game is not great. But then again, every land helps us get closer to here. They are playing black, so we're going to have to make sure we can try to land this when they don't have removal up. Yeah, so there's another Plains. We'll play a Minister, and we'll pump the Heron and get in there. So they're doing some hard thinking here. Wedding invitations, fine. Could gain some life at some point with the Socialite, but this combo is the one I've talked about here. We're gaining 6 life a turn at this point now. Hopefully they don't disrupt it. They're going to create 2 blood tokens at the end of the turn here, because this now has lifelink. But are we willing to trade this for a desperate farmer? And I think that the answer is yes. We don't get to flip the farmer, but I'm fine with that. Oh, it just can't be blocked. Never mind. Okay. So we have a ritual here. If we pump the Heron of Hope to give it lifelink, we wouldn't be able to cast Ritual. There's nothing on this board I particularly want to Ritual that badly, but in the interest of mana efficiency, I think I'm going to just need to do that. That'll give us 2 blood tokens for next turn we can dig for a swamp, so that the following turn we can play Demon as well. So let's see what we want to get rid of here. Getting rid of a single Bloodseeker is not great because they still have a second one. The Odious Witch is a 3/3 that drains us. This is a 3/3 Menace. That could be a 5/5. I think I'll just go ahead and remove this one here. Again, not perfectly ideal, but we don't have a lot left in the tank. And we'd be very mana inefficient if we didn't do it that way. Okay, so maybe they have a removal spell, but I'm going to make them use it. Because if we draw a swamp, we can just play Dreadfeast Demon. So they do have the removal spell. And a post-combat Henrika. Okay. Well, this clearly isn't going to get it done, so let's get rid of the Gift of Fangs. And there's the swamp. So let's... So if we do this... Oh no, wrong button. Oh, that's awful. Okay. Now if we attack with Heron of Hope and give it lifelink, we're gaining 3 more to 26, and then we can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They could also just transform this, and we still can't attack, so fortunately we had a bit of a misclick there. They may not attack, or may not block either. Yeah, I didn't think they would. So we can play the swamp, and next turn we can play Dreadfeast Demon. Or I can hold a swamp and protect against some sort of discard spell, like Mind Leech Ghoul, but I think I'm going to do that, just in case. So basically all we did was miss out on 1 point of damage there, I guess, which isn't the end of the world, so... Just have to hope they don't have the bleed dry. So we're going to take 12 here. Not quite. They're leaving up all their mana, which is not good news for us. But here we are. So let's just do this. And now if they kill our demon, then we are in a bad spot here. But I'm not sure we can afford to just not play it. Maybe we could wait 1 turn and see if they tap out for something. In which case I wish I would have given that lifelink. I'm willing to wait 1 more turn here. See if we can find something off of this. At least it's a chump blocker. Alright, a couple of loose plays this game, unfortunately. Let's see if we can rally behind the Dreadfeast Demon. Ideally next turn if they just play some random creature. So they'll transform it, get in with everything, except Henrika, which makes sense. We will block. And they're going to leave up the removal, so we're at 9. We don't really have much of a choice next turn. We kind of just have to do it. And I think we're going to get burned for it, but, you know, here we are. Yeah, another Minister means we can't cast the demon, so let's just gain a couple life here. We won't attack. And let's hope they don't have bleed dry. They don't. Okay. Was it one turn too late or not? Let's see. So they can get us to 8 here. They can get us to 6. Oh boy. That might be better on this board. Yikes. Wow, oh wow. Okay, well. Guess we're just gonna return this. We're gonna play a Minister. I think we have to attack with both demons. Both of these are gonna die, but hopefully we get the trigger first because we're active player. Of course we don't. So why don't we get the trigger first? We're active player. That's awful. So let's return this so we can at least get another one here. Maybe it's still enough, but I don't think so because we have to chump here. Yeah, we just lose. Wow. Alright, Toxrill, heck of a card. I think this game might have been the most emblematic of Crimson Vow Limited that we've had yet, right? Basically every single thing we did before turn 8 didn't matter. We played a card that won us the game, they played a card that was better than that won them the game, and then nothing mattered. So, wow. What a game. Alright, pretty good hand here. Okay, so do we want to Gift of Fangs that, or just, I think we're just going to play the Minister to just get this going. Yeah, we'll just play Ghoul. Be mana efficient here. And I think I'd rather be gaining life than dealing them 1 damage. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Don't need to block. They're going to miss a land drop here. Nope. They're going to Flame Blessed Bolt our Minister. Okay. Let's just play Desperate Farmer. I know we might have to take another 1 or 2 next turn, but we can get rid of that wolf just fine here. Alright, so let's do that now. They might be able to just pump it. Yeah, that's awkward. Because it's going to be a 1/1 now. And it's going to die at the end of turn. So I don't know if that was necessarily what they wanted to do. But at least we tricked them into doing so. Okay, fine. We'll play a Specimens. And then pass. There's another rare we're probably going to lose too. Don't have a play here. So let's go ahead and attack. At least we can Gift of Fangs the first one that they bring back. But let's hope they don't have like a 5-drop play. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so that probably stonewalls us, except that we top decked Retribution, which is great. All right, so let's see what their next follow-up is. Celebrants. They're probably going to use Dollhouse to get back Flourishing Hunter now. Gain 4 life. We top deck a land. We'll go ahead and Gift of Fangs this. And we'll get in there with the Specimen. It's great news for us if that's how they want to do that. We'll transform and then just be able to bring it right back. So we'll end the turn. Okay. So they have a Snarling Wolf they can get back. Not an awful top deck here. Get this farmer on the battlefield. We can attack with Harvester and Specimen. I know they might get the Celebrants back, but we'll flip this farmer at least. It's almost certainly not the correct block. Oh, yeah, yeah, okay, they can just pump it. Okay. Well, at least we got rid of one of their artifact creatures here. And we'll just bring the specimens back. Okay. Don't feel like trading right now. They don't have any more creatures left in their yard, so we'd have to trade for them to start getting more creatures off of Dollhouse. And we don't even have to trade because we can just chump. If they do attack with Celebrants, we don't have good blocks. Yeah, we don't have good blocks in this case. We'll keep top decking lands here. We can't block the Raider, unfortunately. So we're going to have to be taking at least 6 a turn from that. They chose not to attack with it. Another land. No blocks. Another land. No blocks. We'd be dead if they read their own Riphook Raider, but good thing they haven't. So, and that'll probably do it for us, unless we can top deck Demon basically right now. I think we're just dead. Yeah, that's a little late. And even if we top deck Demon this next turn, I think we're already dead. So, turns out top decking 5 lands in a row is probably going to do that to you. Sure. Can't block that. Don't have good blocks anywhere else. Gonna die to that. Yeah, we're done here. All right, let's see if we can rally here. Looks like a good keep here. Don't really recommend playing Mulch, but you do you. Yep, Desperate Farmer. Let's hope they play an X2 here that's not a vampire. They'll play an X3 that isn't a vampire. Do Minister in Pointed Discussion. Alright, so we have a blood token now. We can get up to 6. Gift of Fangs may not be doing much on this board. Might be able to pitch it, but we'll have to see what they play here. They have access to 5 mana. Spore Crawler, plus nothing else, okay. Another land. Let's get rid of at least one of them. Another land. Let's go ahead and give it to the Bloodcaster here. And I know they get a card off of Spore Crawler if we do this, but I think I'm going to do it anyway. Got 6 mana here, hopefully no like Flourishing Hunter or something. Another Spore Crawler, it's probably fine. Don't care at all about that card. Okay, well in the interest of mana efficiency, why don't we just like actually do something with our mana here and kill that one? Go ahead and pump the Bloodcaster and get in. A second Mulch. What are they trying to do with this deck? Is it just like a train wreck of a draft? Maybe they're going to play Catilda here, but at least we can kill it on whatever they put it on. Probably just going to have to kill that now. No blocks. Another land. Yeah, let's just kill this. And I think we play a land so that we can... No, I don't think we need to, necessarily. Because we have 4 blood tokens we can start getting rid of all of them with. Yeah, no need to. We do only have 6 lands and Dreadfeast Demon costs 7, so we might need to think about keeping at least one of them. But we'll see where we go from there. They might just mill themselves out. There is Dreadfeast Demon, so let's play one of these. We'll get in there with the Bloodcaster. And we'll play it, sacking the Minister. And that should probably do it. I would think. Maybe they could put Gutter Skulker and Catilda on this thing. Yeah, that'll gain him some life. A 13/13 flyer with lifelink, pro vampires. Okay, 15. Goodness. Are we gonna lose to this janky deck here? No blocks. Another land. Let's get rid of these. Heron of Hope. So right now we're dealing them... Huh. It doesn't have trample. It has pro vampires and this is not a vampire, so we could chump with one of these, which feels awful to say, but we could. Oh, no, we're just going to die to Gutter Skulker, aren't we? Yeah, we're just going to die to a Gutter Skulker. That won't do it. We can play both of these, but then we die. To them playing Gutter Skulker on top of the Millipede. Wow. Let's see. suppose we should just get in there and see what happens. So they're at 8. We're still going to die here. So we can't play these cards. That also doesn't do it. I don't think we have an out. Maybe we have Sigarda's Imprisonment as the only out in the deck. No, I'm going to go back here. I'm going to do this. Play a Blood Fountain. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5 of our last 17 are non-lands. Awesome, so we've had Dreadfeast Demon, probably the biggest bomb in the set, twice in this format, and have gone 0-3 both times. To what sort of janky deck that was, all they had to do was put a Catilda on top of a 7-7, and Dreadfeast Demon came down and still lost. So, you know, go ahead and laugh in the chat for me as well, right? You know, what do you got to do? Can't have them all break your way. Okay? So, that'll do it for today's video. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow for your daily draft.